Welcome back, everyone. So day one in the books. So Friday's in the books. So we cashed a check today. Very happy about that. I'm going to try to put the picture up here for you guys to see. Hooked into a nice 5.2 pound largie this morning. Good enough for fourth place. I hung on to it all day trying to play the hours and trying to maximize my weigh-in. Ended up with a fourth. There was 3 hours that I could have weighed and won third place, but it was a risk. I tried to play it as best I could. I wanted to weigh it before the last hour because I was afraid that everybody else was kind of hanging on to fish for the last hour. And I figured I'd get pushed down. I knew I could get third or fourth. I didn't want to end up in fifth or sixth or lower. And I think there was 1 hour where 5 pounds was almost all the way through to 10th place. So I didn't want to waste the fish on $100. I wanted to maximize. So I weighed the second last hour and ended up getting fourth place. Got bumped out with a bigger fish, obviously. But it is what it is. So after all that pre-fishing and, all the negativity and everything else, I mean, it's a perfect thing of never give up. The only thing is the way I played this. I caught the fish early this morning, so it was right around the spot where I said I was going to start this morning. So that worked out. The problem with the way I played the fish was it was a 30-minute run down to Crazy Horse Marine. And so I packed up. The first weigh started the scales open at 8 o'clock. So I think just around 8:15, I packed up and I headed down to Crazy Horse. It's a 30-minute run. So I didn't weigh the first hour, obviously, because I checked the weights before I went in, and it would have been a fourth place or a fifth place finish for me. So anyways, I hung on to it. But the problem with that is because of such the long run, I knew I was going to sacrifice fishing capability, I guess. So I ended up fishing the lower part of the lake today. Not what I wanted. I did pre-fish down there, and I thought it would probably look good maybe for Saturday and possibly Sunday. But after what I saw today down there, I'm not heading down there myself, basically. I did see some guys out in the middle of the lake live scoping it. Whether or not they caught anything, I don't know. Every place that I fished, there were boats stacked up. I never saw anybody pull anything in. Just because there's boats there doesn't mean they're catching fish. So we were all kind of doing the same thing, which was fishing rock ledges and everything else down there. And that seems to be, that's where with the side imaging and the down imaging, I could see where they were stacked up on the ledge. But again, 27, 30 feet of water, they were sitting suspended in 15 to 20. They weren't biting. Some promising notes though today is that I did see them starting to pair up, which means they're getting ready to spawn, but I don't think they're going to push up onto the beds this weekend. Probably into next week maybe. Right? I think next weekend down here, I think it'll be, getting into the spawning time. I don't think it'll be full spawn, but I think, in the coming week and a half, if the weather stays good and the cold fronts stay away, they should be pushing up. Surface temp of the water was pushing 60 degrees in some spots today. But again, 60 on top of the water is not 60 at 2 or 3 feet or even 10 feet, So again, just remember, just because your surface temp is 60 degrees does not mean it's 60 degrees at, 10 feet of water. So it's probably a lot colder down there, and the water temp needs to be that 60 or above for the eggs to survive. The bass aren't going to lay eggs if they're just going to go to waste. So I don't personally think that they're up on beds yet, and that's my own personal opinion. So anyways, it was, you're always going to have a shallow water bite somewhere on the lake, but I think only maybe 5 to 10% of the bass right now are shallow water. And I really think that a good portion of them, probably 80%, 75-80% of these bass are sitting suspended right now and moving up creeks. They're sitting in the middle of creeks. but for whatever reason, they are not biting. So whether or not they have an ample supplement of food out there, which from the graphs and everything, I think they do. And it's very hard to convince them to take an artificial bait. So I think that's a lot of the reason. But anyways, I was playing around with this technique, for most of the week, tweaking it and everything else, getting frustrated with it. Lost a pile of hooks, pile of worms, was getting tangled up in trees. And I think yesterday I was complaining about all the hang-ups and everything else. I got that figured out today. And we're going to play that. We're going to play the same rig tomorrow. We're going to mix it up a little bit with our bait. But we're going to play that same game again tomorrow. And if that works tomorrow, then I think I got a new rig. So anyways, a lot of experimenting out there. And it's starting to pay off. So, I mean, obviously, cashed a check today. So happy about that. I'm convinced, and this is where it kind of got, iffy for me. It was around noontime. Was that I knew at noon I was committed to fishing the whole lower end of the lake, and that was not what I wanted to do. Had I weighed in, I think it was, the 10 to 11 o'clock hour, I would have got third place, and I would have been able to run back up here to the end of the lake. Had I done that, I am confident that I would have caught at least one or two more good ones that I could have weighed in. You never know if you did or you couldn't, right? But anyways, same game plan as I started with this morning for tomorrow morning. Same game plan, going to run that. I'm convinced I can pull another 2 or 3 fish like that tomorrow out of the spot and out of the rig and the way I'm fishing. I'm convinced on that right now. Tomorrow morning will tell the tale. But anyways, hopefully I got good news for you tomorrow too. So anyways, it was 27 degrees when I got off the water today. Beautiful out here. Got some sun, as you can tell. Lots of sunscreen today to keep the nose and the ankles and the top of my feet kind of, as fair as possible. But anyways, gorgeous weather. So not complaining about that. Things are looking up all around. Everything's looking more positive. So I'm hoping I can build on that for tomorrow. And we'll see where that takes us for Sunday. So anyways, that's my day one update. I don't think there's really much. I'm not sharing baits or anything right now with what I was doing. This is something that I will share with you probably, I don't know if after the tournament, because I really think that this setup could actually work back home. And I know there's guys back home that watch the videos. I'm not sharing this yet. So, I'll share it at some point, and but I'm not sharing it right now. So sorry, but I think I think that this could work back home too. So we'll wait and see. Again, our bass season doesn't open until the 3rd or the 4th Saturday in June this year. So that could be a ways away, basically. But it is a technique that I want to try up there and see if it works. So anyways, I think that's everything for today. I'm going to keep this short here. Again, I got nothing else really to fill you in on that. If you want to check out the results for the day one weigh-in, go to the bigbasstour.com website. I will link it down below, and go check it out. You can see all the weights for today. There were some big fish caught, nothing above 7 pounds, but there were some hefty 6s brought in. And so anyways, you can check out the leaderboard and everything else there, and you can do that for the entire weekend, basically for Saturday and Sunday. So again, I'll link that down below in the description for you. And hey, thanks again. Wish me luck again for tomorrow. Thanks for the comments and everything else from yesterday. So that was awesome. And let's keep this rolling. Let's keep the high going here. I said this from the beginning of the week and the beginning of the trip. I said the key is, what I feel I did in Norman was that I peaked too early. So my whole thing about coming down here was not to peak too early. And, as disgruntled and as you know, upset that I was yesterday. I'm obviously in a better mood today. But the guys I'm down here with, they caught their 5-pounders at the beginning of the week. Today, one of them got skunked. The other one caught fish. His biggest one was 3.52, something like that. And he did go way in the last hour, but he got kicked down into, I think, 31st spot, something like that, for the last hour. Still a decent fish, but not anything in the threes isn't going to cut it down here. You need minimum, I think, like 410, I think, is like a minimum that you have to like get 10th place. So anyways, lots of fish being caught, kind of mixed results. Either guys were catching big ones, or they were catching dinks, or they weren't catching any at all. So, you know, luck of the draw. And I mean, when you have that many boats on the water, fish are going to get caught. So anyways, I'm going to leave you with that. And I think what we're going to take away from all this right now here today is not to peak too early. So you don't want to go in to practice and crush it, and then, you know, come tournament day, you know, you're wondering why this isn't working, why they're not there and everything else. Well, you caught them already. So anyways, so that's my tidbit for today. Do not peak too early. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. And again, if you like the videos, if you like the info, whatever, please hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the notification bell, you know, this weekend you'll get updates from me then too of the tournament and whatnot. So anyways, things are turning around. I'm going to try to build on this. So again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully we're cashing more checks. Have a good one, everyone.